India is currently the most populous country in the world, with 1.4 billion with a B people. I had the pleasure of visiting India this past summer, and it is without doubt the most colorful and beautiful country that I've ever seen. And yet, India also has a poverty rate of 21.7% and an unemployment rate of 6.5%. And I also saw this firsthand this past summer. I saw individuals lying on the street, dying, without a job. Or like this individual, his job is to walk down the street carrying a burden far too heavy for just one man. These individuals are from the bottom caste of Hindu society, and very, very few people help them. That is why I started Luke's Global Goods, a retail brand that sells internationally sourced home goods. Now, I'm gonna help you guys bring light, the Latin word lux, into your home and around the world. And I gotta tell you guys, I love this business idea so much that I put my own name in the title, okay? I'm invested, the Luke in Luke's is me. So, the long-term call to action that I hope to address is this lack of redemptive employment opportunities in developing countries. And I already went over these numbers. But really, this leads us into another issue, and one that presents us with a golden opportunity. That being that the modern middle-aged woman wants to make her home look good. Really good. And this should make us, to be honest, cringe, because compared to the last problem, this is small potatoes. And yet it's a reality. Men and women all over around the world are looking to buy new home goods or gifts for their friends and family, and they're turning to places that don't offer home goods that are international, authentic, ethically sourced, or affordable. So what can we do about this? How can we bring these two parties together and help them help each other? Luke's Global Goods, a for-profit, fair trade brand that sells internationally sourced home goods. I've already started this process by finding companies in India that are fair trade, meaning, among other things, they don't use child labor, they have safe workspaces, and they pay fair wages. I also have a flight booked back to July this coming summer, back to India this July, to establish more relationships with retailers there. From there, I'll expand to other countries, including Nepal and Zimbabwe, and continually curate my product selection. The products that I currently do already offer range from tablecloths, napkins, and ribbon to drawer knobs, lighting fixtures, and baskets. I also offer lifestyle items such as earrings or handbags, or, like the one I'm wearing, pocket squares, little fashion items. Since this venture began just 4 months ago, I've already seen some impressive traction, being that I've invested over $2,000, nearly half of which is cost of goods, and I'm already post-revenue, meaning I've made sales. So on March 23rd, as part of my market research and inaugural sale, I hosted a trunk show at my home, and the results were enormously positive. In just a few hours, I generated $322 in revenue at a 68% gross margin, and more importantly, I discovered that the goods that I'm offering are indeed desirable. So, with this successful sale on the books, my operational plan is to offer pop-ups in markets throughout the rest of the year and going forward, but more substantially to develop my online retail presence at lukesglobalgoods.com, which you guys can visit right now as long as you keep listening to what I'm saying. You can also visit my social media sites on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and maybe TikTok if they don't get banned. And I'm happy to announce that the goods that I'm providing will launch on the website starting this summer in May, so coming up soon. Until I can provide redemptive employment opportunities myself, 5% of my revenue will be donated directly to nonprofits doing that work in the communities from which my goods come. So to start, this means giving to Karigari Leprosy Hospital in Vellore, India. I spent some time there, and they are doing wonderful work. This particular photo is me at a place called Shantigram, which means House of Peace. It's a housing on Karigari's campus that houses patients who have been rejected by their families because they have leprosy. And it was an honor for me to meet these people, and I truly want to give back to them. So my target market consists primarily of women ages 30 to 60 who are middle class, meaning they're cost conscious, and yet they have expendable income to spend on gifts and home decor. These women also value diverse products and ethical sourcing. So really, especially for all you college students, I'm describing your moms, right? So I have a question for you. When's the last time you called your mom? If it's a long time, this would be a perfect opportunity to call her up and let her know what's coming this summer. I, Luke Bolton, will be leading Luke's Global Goods as CEO. I am uniquely equipped for this task because I have a mission for service, an eye for style, and the grit to get the job done. On top of that, I have a passion for travel. I've been to 7 countries, including India, Nepal, and Zimbabwe. And lastly, maybe most importantly, I've received a liberal arts education from somewhere that you may be familiar with, the Wheaton College. And this has prepared me well to lead a business holistically, but not only that, but to care for people well. So in summary, I am seeking to lead Luke's Global Goods to be an international home decor provider that's fair trade. If you support me in this pitch, any reward that I get will first 5% go to Kurigari, and after that to new inventory and to my travel expenses this July. Please offer your support. This QR code will take you to my developing website. Please follow me on social media. I'd love to hear from each and every one of you. Please help me bring light, Luke's, into your home and around the world. Thank you.
So, question for you. Do you plan to do this full time?
I do, yes.
Because when I was looking at your revenues for first couple of years, it seemed like it was pretty small. So either you're going to run and be a globetrotter by yourself, or are you going to have employees working alongside of you? How are you going to make this work with the third year being only $60,000 in revenues?
Yeah, great question. I hope to be, to reframe my question, I hope to be profitable and extracting income hopefully by year 5. So until then, that's not my full-time job. I hope possibly getting revenue from other sources, other jobs, part-time, and doing this somewhat on the side. But by year 5 is the plan, is then to be taking profit from there.
So how much do you need from us?
To start, I'm not looking for any large initial investors. I'm hoping to do this self-funded from the beginning, which is why I'm partly looking for the award. Yeah.
So you want us to pat you on the back or congratulate you on a job well done, or is it what do you need from the judges?
Well, certainly the job is not yet done, and I have a lot of work to do. And support from the cost would be furthering my mission of supporting the individuals in India in any way that I can, and it would certainly boost the growth chart timeline exponentially.
Nice shoes, by the way.
Thank you,
I'll buy your business right now. How much do you want for it?
$50 million. I want to do this with this is.
And you're not willing to work full time?
I think until I can.
What year are you in Wheaton right now?
I'm a junior at Wheaton.
Why don't you drop out?
One.
Hey, Zuckerberg did all right. We're in an entrepreneurial session here, guys. Let's live up a little bit.
One
for real. Like, why are you not passionate about this?
I believe that getting a degree is important. It's certainly not necessary for starting a company, but
what degree did Bill Gates get?
None.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready and willing to invest in this company full time after I get my degree. I think part of it is finishing an incubation. I'm partly working with a mentor who's done something similar, who's helping me start up, who's in the area, and I'm enjoying working with him and being where I'm at. Yeah.
By the way, I think this is awesome, and I can't believe you only want to do it part-time for 4 years. So that's where I'm coming from.
Thank you.
We love that you've already started building, that you're taking the risk. I think that definitely sets you apart from the rest of the people in the contest, unless I missed something. So, job well done. I think, one thing that I struggle with is, one, where are people buying these goods right now, or the alternatives? Like, it's a one world market. I wouldn't know, right? And then number two, why do they want to buy yours?
Yeah, so right now, there's no goods on the website yet coming this summer, but that will be, I'm using a Shopify site, so that will be the resource. As far as why customers will buy my goods, two reasons mainly. Because I'm small, I can keep prices low and I'm affordable. But more in a bigger way, the differentiator between me and other competitors is that my products are more authentically international. A lot of other companies, I can even pull up, offer products that are somewhat modern in that they are made overseas and yet they have styles that reflect American culture. So I am seeking to provide authentic international goods in the US made overseas by other people and bring them here. So I think the authenticity and the affordability, and even just my mission of helping the lower Hindu caste to start and expanding from there will partly fuel the reason why they would purchase from me.
Thank you for the presentation. It's not clear to me in the business plan or from this if you will be working in this or how the scaling happens, but we'll let that be for a second. I'm curious about your sourcing, and especially it's awesome that you are post-revenue, congrats, and well done on proving out the business model or starting that. Will you talk to me about your sourcing? So when you went there, did you hand pick the pieces? Were there some things that you deemed not sellable in the States? How did you go through the sourcing, and was it a rubric in your brain of need from the seller, or what were kind of the metrics that you used in your sourcing?
Yeah, so frankly, when I was there and when I'm going to go back, visiting trade shows, markets, all the things like that, I'm first looking for high quality items that catch my eye and that I like, or the people that I'm with. I went with family, and my mom has an eye for this. So even just with feedback about she's in my target market and knows kind of what individuals, middle-aged women would like. And so price point, quality, style, all those things were factors as to the goods I'm selecting.
Will you go back to your first image with the lady in her white room? I would just also ask, tell me a little bit more about your target market, because it seems like the biggest or the most differentiating factor in Luke's good. I kept saying Lux, so.
Yeah, you're right.
Is the affordability and the price point. And a lot of the competitors that you have listed, their average price points are more like $30, and yours, our average price is $15. I think this lady can afford $30. So tell me, like, is she your woman, or paint me a picture a little bit more about who your target, your bullseye customer is?
I think, yeah, so my ideal customer is middle class, meaning, as I mentioned, they're cost conscious. So they're looking for items that are beautiful, that are quality, but they would select over an item that is double the price, similar quality and style. So this individual, I'm not quite sure who she is or how much money she makes.
Of course.
She does have a very nice house that might need a little bit more color or ethnic flair. So she might be on the higher end of my target market initially. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have an opportunity to get into some of the psychographics of who you're targeting and further pinpoint that market. There's definitely a lot of goods out there, so a bit more, I'd love to see a bit more information about who that bullseye customer is, outside of some of these basic demographics, and like, I think that could really help pinpoint who is going to buy these specific goods.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, let's make him more embarrassed. Can you give me an age range for what middle-aged woman would be?
Middle-aged, I'll
And
go
to be
broad.
fair, we've heard it on 3 of the presentations today, so. I am
go
picking
broad.
on you, but
Middle-aged, maybe. Well, I think in my slides I said 30 to 60. Is that okay? What do you think?
I don't have an answer myself. So.
Yeah, one more. Have you done any of the pop-ups besides the initial trunk club?
That is the only one that I've done with this.
Got it. And I know you had an estimate in the business plan, but is it 50-50? You're expecting to sell half of it online, half of it in pop-ups?
So long-term, the majority is definitely online.
Well, don't worry about long-term. I
Sorry.
don't care what you're thinking like 3 years down the road, like next 3 months. What are you going to do in the next 3 months?
Next 3 months, I'm planning to offer at least 6 pop-ups in Rochester, Minnesota, where I will be. And that will be the main selling, not online.
And you don't have the website finished yet, right?
Correct. Well, it's finished on Shopify, but the products haven't been uploaded.
So how long do you think? A month then before you have them all
Yeah,
uploaded?
in May.
Awesome. Okay.